Welcome to the virtual classroom at the St. Louis Feldman Holocaust Museum. The Holocaust did not have to happen. Genocide, the intentional destruction of a group of people in whole or in part, is a political act, but also a social one. It requires participation and widespread cooperation. Different individuals, groups, and countries played different roles during the Holocaust. Exploring these different roles and perspectives helps give us a more complete view of how the Holocaust happened. It also gives us a chance to think about how our choices affect the world we live in. During the Holocaust, many people chose to join or actively help the Nazis. There were others whose actions are more difficult to label. Their roles changed depending on the situation, whether they felt safe, threatened, part of a group, or acting alone. Others became complicit despite never taking part in mass murder itself. Not everyone faced the same choices and had the same opportunities, but everyone's actions mattered. In our daily lives, our roles are often a reflection of our choices. These roles, perpetrator, collaborator, bystander, active ally, and victim, are fluid and they change all the time. It often depends on the situation we're in. We can be in one role or we could be in several. When we're looking back at the past, we need to understand that people are complicated. Sometimes their actions fit one role, but most of the time they fit multiple. Let's delve deeper. A perpetrator is someone who commits acts of harm or injustice, actively contributing to the suffering of others. In the context of the Holocaust, perpetrators were those who directly engaged in the oppression and murder of millions. A collaborator supports or enables the perpetrator, often through action or silence. During the Holocaust, collaborators included various governments and individuals who assisted the Nazi regime actively. A bystander witnesses injustice or harm but remains passive or inactive, often due to fear, indifference, or uncertainty. The role of bystanders in historical events like the Holocaust shows us the dangers of inaction. A victim is someone who suffers harm or danger due to the actions of perpetrators and the silence of bystanders. The victims of the Holocaust included not only Jews, but also Roma and Sinti, individuals with disabilities, LGBTQ+ people, and other persecuted groups. An active ally speaks out or acts against injustice, using their voice, resources, or position to support those in harm's way. Allies can play a crucial role in changing the course of events and providing hope to victims. Most of us will never face a situation like the Holocaust. We make choices in our daily lives, and while they're important, they're rarely life or death. But there's much we can learn by looking at the choices people did make during the past. Let's start by looking at our own choices. Think about a time you wish you had acted differently. What was the situation? How could you have changed the outcome? Now imagine how you would handle a similar situation in the future. Practicing how we might respond, even internally, can prepare us to respond more courageously and compassionately when faced with real-world challenges. At the St. Louis Feldman Holocaust Museum, we use the Impact Lab to give visitors an opportunity to practice how they might respond when facing hate, bigotry, or indifference in their daily lives. Here, we use the simple ACT formula to help guide our choices. We all want to move from being a bystander to being an active ally, and this formula can help. So what exactly can you do when witnessing or experiencing hate? You can call attention to the situation. Say you see someone making mean comments to a friend in the hallway or at school. You can call out this behavior, create a distraction to divert attention, or say you're recording. You may also choose to provide comfort and care. What if someone makes a cruel comment to a colleague at work? You can help take care of them after the fact. Be kind, offer to get help or support. Finally, you can tell. If you see someone being bullied or unfairly attacked in public, you can tell an authority figure, perhaps a parent, police officer, or community member. But make sure to ask the victim who they feel comfortable telling. Remember the ACT formula next time you witness an act of hate or bigotry and practice how you might respond. We're rarely at our best the first time we try a new skill. Whether it's a public presentation or playing a sport, we often have to practice to get better at it. Being an active ally is no different. Through practice, we figure out what situations need an active ally. We grow more confident in our responses, and ultimately, we begin to make a difference. History, especially events as monumental and tragic as the Holocaust, teaches us the importance of our roles and the impact of our choices. By understanding and reflecting on these roles, we can strive to ensure that we act as protectors, advocates, and allies in the face of injustice. Thank you for joining us for today's lesson in the virtual classroom at the St. Louis Feldman Holocaust Museum.